Hello everyone, welcome back from Math by Chang channel. In the previous video, we have done some exercises about linear inequality and also quadratic inequality. So today we're gonna do some cubic inequality. So it's also the same with like the previous two. So let's practice more. All right, so here is the question. X cubed plus 3x squared is greater than 4x. So we need to find the value of x. Okay, so x cubed. Firstly, we have to subtract 4x to both sides. So 3x squared minus 4x. Greater than, if you subtract minus 4 at the right side, you will get 0. All right, so we have got this, and we have to take the x out, as there is the common numbers, like here is also x cubed, there is the second is 3x squared and minus 4x. So in three of these there is a common value like x. So we have to move it. We can take x out, and you will get here x squared plus the x were here, so 1x, so you will get here 3x minus 4. All right, this will greater than 0. Okay, so let's factor out x. Okay, when you factor 4 into 1, right? So as the middle one is plus, you have to use the plus at the front of the bigger one. So this is the two factors that you got from here. X plus 4 into x minus 1 less than 0. So you can check it out if is it correct or not. Like x plus x into plus 4, you will get plus 4x here. Minus x into 1, you will get minus x here. So if you solve this two, you will get plus 3x, which is the middle one, right? Here, so it's correct. All right, so let's find out the value of x. Okay, I was just zoom out a little bit to get more space. All right, so just equal these three with 0, right? X. All right, you can write a little bit up here. X into x plus 4 into x minus 1 equal to 0. All right, so so what will be the value of x? Okay, so here will be x equal to 0, right? Or x equal to what else? Minus 4, or x equal to 1, right? There are three value of x. So let's draw in the number line. Okay, so here is minus 4, 0, and here is 1. Okay, so you need to consider for these intervals. So I will sketch the graph here. Okay, so the first is x. The second is x plus 4. And the last is x minus 1. Or it will be a bit take time to solve this problem, but don't worry, it's super easy. x plus 4, x minus 1. As the same with the previous video, you just need to consider the sign, like positive or negative. Okay, so according to the problem, the values, like when you multiply x into x plus 1 plus into x minus 1, the multiplication of these three, the value of these three must be greater than 0, right? All right, so okay, let's consider here. Okay, when x less than minus 4, what will you get? And when x equal to minus 4, what will you get? Here you put minus 4, right? So it will get 0. So I would not put it is 0 number. Okay, anyway, let's put so that you will clearly see. Minus 4, and between minus 4 and 0, right? Minus 4 less than x less than 0. And between at x equal to 0, right? And between 0 and 1. And the next is x equal to 1. And the last is x greater than 1. Right? All right, so let's consider when x is less than minus 4. Just take a number you like. So for me, I will take minus 5. All right, so minus 5 is here minus 5 plus 4, you will get minus 5 minus 1, you will get minus, right? So let's multiply these three. When you multiply minus and minus, you will get plus, and plus and minus, you will get minus, right? So when the value of x is less than minus 4, which is here, the value of this 3 multiplication gets negative value, right? So negative is not greater than 0. So you cannot consider this interval. And when x equal to minus 4, okay, when you put here, minus 4 plus what, you will get 0, right? So no matter what is the two values, you will only get 0. So where you need to consider at x equal to minus 4, if there is equality sign here, like greater than equal, you need to take this value. You need to consider, but there is no equal value, just must be positive value, right? So you don't need to consider here. And when x is minus 4 to 0, between minus 4 and 0, you need to take any number you like between minus 4 and 0. But for me, I will just consider minus 1. Okay, you will get here minus 1 plus 4, you will get plus minus 1, what will you get? Minus 2, right? Here. So when you multiply minus and plus, what will you get? You will get minus, right? And when you multiply minus and minus, you will get plus here. Okay, so I think you need to consider this interval because its value gets positive value, right? When x is minus 4 to 0 here, you will get positive value. So you need to consider this value. And also when x equal to 0 here, 0, right? No matter what the left two are positive or negative, you will only get 0. And you don't need to consider that interval or that value, x equal to 0. All right, so between 0 and 1, what will it be? Okay, I will take 0.5. So 0.5 is plus 0.5. 0.5 plus 4, what will you get? You will get plus, right? 0.5 minus 1, what will you get? Minus, right? Okay, when you multiply minus of positive and positive, you will get positive. When you multiply positive and negative, you will get negative value. All right, so you don't need to consider this too because of the sign signature inequality. All right, so the next one, when x equal to 1, what will you get here? 1 minus 1, you will get 0. So And also, when you multiply 0 with any number, you will only get 0. So I will not further take account of this too. All right, so when x greater than 1, okay, just put any numbers greater than 1. Okay, I will pick 2. So here you will get plus, right? All right, so 2 plus 4, what will you get? Plus 6, right? So plus 2 minus 1, you will get plus. So when you multiply the 3 positive value, you will only get positive value. So you need to consider between these intervals and also this interval, right? All right, so now we have found the value of x. Okay, you can write here -4 less than x less than 0, which means that the number of or the value of x exists between 0 and -4, which is x greater than -4 but less than 0, or x greater than 1. Okay, so this is the solution for x. Okay, so let's draw it on the number line. Okay, so between -4 and 0, right? Here, so greater than -4, so you have to shake the right side, and less than -4, so you have to shake the left side. So that the value of x exists between this interval and also greater than 1, right? So it's greater than 1, so you have to shake the right side. All right, so that's it. So how about with notation? All right, so as x is greater than -4, or x is within -4 and 0. There is no equality sign, so you don't need to shake at the circle here. So you have to use the round brackets, union 1, comma, at the right side, you can say like here is plus infinity. So here is infinity. Okay, so the value of x is lines within -4, 0 and 1, infinity. So this is for this problem. So let's do the next one. All right, so let's do the next one. It's also super easy. Okay, here is the question. X cubed minus x squared less than equal 0. So okay, let's take x2 out, as it's included in both. So x squared. So what will it left here? X minus 1, right? Less than equal 0. Okay, so you just consider x squared into x minus 1 equal to 0, right? Okay, what will you get? X equal to 0, or x equal to 1. Okay, so let's consider in the number line here 0 and 1. Okay, I will draw the graph. All right, so here is the interval x squared x minus 1. For here, you have to multiply x squared into x minus 1. All right. So when x is less than 0, and the second is when x equal to 0, and the third is when x lies between 0 and 1. And the next is when x equal to 1, and the last when x greater than 1. All right, so here is what you have got it. So let's consider when x is less than 0. So I will take -1. Okay, -1 square, you will get +1, right? -1, -1, what will you get? -2. When you multiply plus and minus, you will get minus sign, right? So when, according to the problem, the multiplication of these two will equal to 0 or maybe must be less than 0. So you have to consider this one, right? Because it's less than 0. And the next one, when x equal to 0, what will you get here? You will get 0. Here is you will get minus. So when you multiply 0 with any number, you will get 0. So will you need to take this point? Sure, because there is equality sign here. It can be equal to 0. So you have to take this point too. When x is within 0 and 1. All right, so I will take 0.5, right? So 0.5 square, you will get plus 0.5 square. And 0.5 minus 1, you will get minus. When you multiply these two, you will get minus, right? So you also need to take this one. When x equal to 1, what will you get here? You will get plus 1 minus 1, you will get 0. When you multiply these two, you will get 0, right? So you will also need to take this point too. When x is greater than 1, maybe let's consider 2. Okay, so 2 square, you will get plus 4. 2 minus 1, you will get plus, right? So when you multiply two positive value, you will get positive. All right, so you don't need to take this one because it's greater than 0. All right, so there are 4 intervals you need to take. So let's describe in a number line. All right, so x less than 0. So here, right? You have to take, so x is less than 0. You have to take this one. Or you have to shake at the left because it's less than 0. The value of x lines when x is less than 0. So here. So at the point 0, it can be also, we can consider because at the inequality here is less than or equal, which means that this left side value can equal 0. So when you put x equal to 0, it gets 0, right? So you need to take this value too. So you have to shade the circle here. When x is 0 to 1, you will get negative value. So you have to consider this too. So you have to shade between these. And when x equal to 1, you will get 0, right? So you have to consider also this too. So the number line is like minus infinity to 1, right? So to sum up, you can draw like this. Here is 1. You have to shade here through the left side. All right. Yes. So this is minus infinity. Yes, that's it. So in notation, how can you write this? How can you describe this? It starts from minus infinity to plus 1. So as we have to consider the one at 1, you get 0, right? So we also have to include this as a square bracket, but for infinity, you have to use round bracket. Okay, so that's it for this example. So we have finished the exercise for this cubic inequality. So I hope you all will get the inequality problems and exercises. So if there is any question, you can ask at the comment box. So I hope you all will understand about this lesson. See you in the next video.